then Ronaldo! Balotelli, Aguero! It's Bergkamp. That's magnificent. Here's Messi. Away from 2, 3, 4. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
The Football Drop Podcast.
Hello and welcome to an episode of the Football Drop Podcast. Got Benji with me, you'll be surprised to hear.
I know, shocking, isn't it? Shocking. How are you?
I'm alright, mate. I've just had a thought actually about us. We don't do the mic checks anymore. We're just quite bold and brave, and we just it's gonna work.
Do the Mutchits, did you say?
Mic check.
Oh, mic check. Sorry, you didn't speak very clearly. No, we don't, do we? I think it's because we finally nailed down what we're doing after 130 episodes.
Is that how many we're at now?
Yeah, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's mental, isn't it?
That is mental.
Crazy.
The viewers and the listeners will be really happy to hear that I got a webcam. Ben can now see me.
Yes.
Everything is all good.
Everything is a lot better. Honestly, I feel like this is going to be a much more engaging pod this week.
Well, you never know. The listeners have been waiting for 130 episodes, so maybe this will be the one.
Yeah, hopefully, mate. Hopefully.
Wagwan, how's it going? What's new with Ben? How was your weekend?
My weekend was good. What's new with me is I'm getting some new shirts arriving this week, Will.
How are you?
Yeah. One of them, well, actually, I know they're both, but one of them in particular, I know you really, really want.
I do really want, yeah.
So I'm very excited. You do.
For it.
I will have this soon, though. I'm very excited to hear. So the bedroom is almost done.
Oh, fucking hell. You've been working on that for 2 weeks.
Honestly, it's been an absolute fucking ball ache, this bedroom. I swear to God.
The only thing is, so we saw each other at the weekend.
We did, hang on, before you even say that, we saw each other for the first time in fucking God knows how long. And I was genuinely so excited to spend the whole day.
I know, me too. I haven't seen you for in the flesh for so long, and I actually got to see you. And the first thing you did was, "Do you want to go and have a look at the bedroom?" I was like, "Yes, my luck."
Door's always open, or as Ross and Rachel say, it's always on the table.
It's always on the table. I know that now. That's fantastic.
Sorry. Yeah, go on.
What was I saying? Something?
You talking about the bedroom or something? Yeah. And I said no. We saw each other, and I said no. Hang on, before you go into it.
Yeah, no,
so that's quite happy we spent the day. Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I've said it. I've done.
Sorry.
Don't put the pressure on. I'm not good with this.
Yeah, no, very. Yeah, it's just taken a long time to do. A lot longer than I anticipated. But final touches here or there.
Yeah.
So most of it should be done tomorrow. I'm working from home tomorrow. So that's Tuesday, and got some big news Tuesday night, hopefully.
Yes, yeah, I've got it in my diary.
Well, I say hopefully. It's definitely going to be some news.
Is it the news that we want?
Well, do you know what? I genuinely, I'm not fussed whether I'm having a son or a daughter. I'm genuinely happy as long as they're healthy. But it's a lot more real now when I say, or when I will say, I'm having a son or I'm having a daughter. When I just say I'm having a baby, it's like, oh, you're just having a baby, it's fine. But when you actually say I'm having a son or a daughter, that sounds ridiculous, but I know you get it. I know that I know that you understand that and it makes sense because it just seems so much more real. So I'm going to actually have a son or I'm actually going to have a daughter that I'm going to have to raise and teach adult stuff in the future.
Yeah.
That's mad. I don't even know that stuff yet. I need to learn that and then be able to teach like a potentially mini me.
Yeah. You are responsible for the upbringing of a human being, so that when they get older, they don't have mental health issues. They don't have like trauma that we all have, and they don't have. They have a good education. They have a good upbringing. They are brought up in a safe environment. You know that they go to a good school. They get a good education. That they do very well. They're supported and encouraged. That's on you, mate.
I know, and I've got to look after Laura as well.
Yeah, and you need to do all of that stuff with her as well. Bless her.
It's just insane, isn't it?
Yeah.
But how did you feel? I know you waited to find out whether Jack was a boy or a girl.
What do you mean?
Didn't you wait until? Oh no, you found out, didn't you?
Yeah, we had this conversation yesterday, bro.
I know. As soon as I said it, I was like, no, actually, because you had one name and that was it. He was like, no, it's going to be a boy. It's Jack.
Yeah, that was
It's
it.
new.
Yeah, if it wasn't a Jack, then I say he. Then I don't know what we'd have done.
So yeah, it's going to be a big week. Big week.
A huge week, but as long as they are healthy, happy, so
Exactly.
you are gonna give it a gender.
Well, yeah, you can only be a boy or a girl. Yeah.
Don't start that way. You and your archaic views. You caveman. How was the weekend anyway, mate?
It was really good fun. I don't want to give too many spoilers away because we have got a special episode dropping on Friday, which we will reveal all about our fantastic weekend and our Sunday day and evening together.
Yeah, other than like birthing of children and other sort of notable moments in life, you know, proposals and that sort of thing. Best day of my life. Like,
it was so much fun, wasn't it? Yeah.
With the best day of my life, yeah. That it was seriously fun, new experiences, putting ourselves in like uncomfortable positions and learning and growing and just doing things that we've never done before. I thoroughly enjoyed it, man.
Yeah, Joe, I did, and it has to be noted, and you called this. I think I don't know whether it was verbatim or not, but I think at one stage you went, "Fucking hell, we made a well good team just then."
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we actually did.
Which, it was quite surprising, but I was genuinely quite proud of that. We did really well, didn't we?
After your dodgy direction giving, yeah, we did do all right.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus, let's not go there. Fucking hell. The geezer who follows a sat nav that's not even programmed to go to the right place.
You programmed it.
You know, it doesn't exist. And we said, we'll just go there, then we'll find it from there. Yeah, all right. And then we kept on heading for ages.
What are we doing? That was so odd. That's so out of character for me.
I know. I've got a question for you.
Okay, shoot.
What do you think of Deptford?
I really wanted to just say shit then, because that's just what comes after that sentence. It's not normally Deptford though; it's normally Tottenham. Although we might have a little bit of a soft spot for Tottenham coming up, but you never know.
By the time this is released, though, they could have really let us down, or they could have actually made all of our dreams one step closer.
So, you wankers, or come on, you beauties. Whichever way.
Yeah. Joe, what I'm going to do tomorrow night? I'm going to dare to do.
To dare is to do. What is that?
I have no idea. But yeah, what do you think of Deptford, though? Lovely place? Safe? Secure?
I'm not going to offend a whole kind of South London village worth of people for your entertainment, so I get lynch mob next time I'm anywhere near the place.
From what we saw, it wasn't the best. I don't think we saw the posh area of Deptford. Let's just leave it at that.
No.
So yeah, how are you and how was your weekend? Just get back on point, shall we?
Yeah, good. I went to some shithole. No, I'm joking.
Nice.
No, yeah,
You
it
saw the
was good,
Toilet
mate.
Bowl Arena. Nice.
The Toilet Bowl Arena, yeah. The Armitage Shanks. No, it was a nice weekend, mate. It was a pretty chilled out one from memory. I don't know, so long ago.
2 days ago.
Yeah, no, it was good. Last football game for Jack season. They've done all right. They won comfortably. So, yeah, nice.
Oh, when does the season restart?
I don't know, August. They'll have friendlies
Oh,
and stuff
what?
going on, won't they?
Oh, okay.
There's always like friendly and stuff all going on and all that sort of stuff. I tell you what though, I did tell you about this yesterday, but I'll tell it on the pod for bants. I did have a really awkward moment the other day where I was teaching Jack to be a goalkeeper, and obviously I'm not a goalkeeper, never have been, never would, never wanted to be, but that's what he decided to take up. So I said to him, right, you can't stay on your line too much, because that's what I've noticed him doing. So I was like, right, you got to come out. So I was stood there, and I was like, right, you go on, you run at me, you shoot, and I'll show you how to like save it and come off your line and save it. He was like, all right, okay. So he like pinged it out onto the kind of the right, smashed it low and hard, straight through my legs, bottom corner, and I stood there like. The idea of coming out was right, but maybe what I did wasn't.
Yeah.
Try and watch your Megs.
The technique was just not executed that well.
Yeah.
Shocking, mate. Absolutely shocking.
Yeah. So that's life as a dad with a goalkeeping son.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Good on you, mate. Good on you. What's been happening in the news this week? Any big things? Any big announcements? Anything big happening, going on?
Good question, mate. That's a good question, especially for a topical footballing podcast.
Thought so. Thank you.
Kylian Mbappe, after PSG being kicked out of the Champions League by Dortmund, has basically come out and said he is defo off.
He is definitely leaving.
And
He's bang on to Madrid, surely.
Well, I was going to say, the question remains, where's he going to go? Nobody knows. It's all going to be like this big, like shrouded in mystery. When he's unveiled as Real Madrid player, we'll be like, oh, I did not see that one coming. This is brand new information.
Can you imagine if he did turn up at Arsenal?
Yeah, in his Real Madrid kit going, yeah, you fucking losers. You thought he was going to get this.
Yeah. But no, genuinely, can you imagine if it was like an absolute masterstroke?
Yeah, I could imagine. I won't lie to you. I have imagined.
Yeah, it'd be mental, wouldn't it? And you know that he'd definitely flop for us.
Yeah.
Flop, do nothing, then be sold for like half the price 2 years later.
Yeah, Nicky Pepe would be like rubbing his hands like, yes, I'm up there with Mbappe.
Pepe and Mbappe on the wings, nice. That's what we want. Yeah, he is nailed on for Madrid though, isn't he? Surely.
Oh, there's no other place to go. The only person that has turned down Real Madrid was Erling Haaland, and he went on and won the treble. So.
Yeah, I think he'll still join Madrid in a few years' time.
Yeah, he said that he wanted to, didn't he?
Yeah, it's on his list, isn't it? He stays at clubs for sort of 3 years. I think his dad came out and said before that's the plan.
Yeah,
He wants to experience football everywhere.
That's what Pep said, and now he won't fuck off.
Well, yeah, wish he fucking was.
Honestly,
Jesus.
I think I was listening to the Rest Is Football earlier, and they were saying that it would be really interesting to see Pep go to a new club that's not like got all the money, just to see what he can actually do.
I think that's always been a debate for a long time now, isn't it? 'Cause, I mean, there's no arguments that what he does with teams is incredible. Like his effect and his influence is just ridiculous, and the tactics he comes out with and whatever, it definitely has shaped football. But he spends a lot of money to do it, to get the right players to do that, which you get that at any level. You're always going to spend money to get the right players that you need, but he will buy almost ready-made superstars to fit into his team.
Yeah, he will. Yeah.
So it's difficult to say he's like the GOAT. It's really difficult to disagree that he's not the GOAT. Do you know what I mean?
I do. Yeah, I completely see it. But if you look back through like the history of great managers, so if you look at Alex Ferguson, he didn't do it on a shoestring budget. He spent millions and millions of pounds. Jose Mourinho has spent millions and millions of pounds. He's won everything. But he spent, maybe with the exception of Porto, probably, he still spent money, but nothing like... Maybe Inter as well, actually. He didn't spend a great deal there, did he?
No, he bought a few players, but they had some good players already. They had, a couple of stars already in that team.
Oh, don't get me wrong, it wasn't a shit team by any stretch. They won the Champions League, so it was never going to be a shit team. But I think
I imagine
Mourinho,
Pep at Fulham, a team like that, see what he would do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, bit of a tight budget. You've got, you go out and you buy a £30 million player. I think I'm just stealing from the rest of this football now, actually. But you buy that, and he flops. It does matter. Whereas at City, he bought Jack Grealish for 100 million, and I'm not saying Jack Grealish isn't good, but he hasn't done what you would expect a £100 million player to do, like drive Arsenal forward from the sort of centre of the midfield. He's not done that. Well, probably because he plays for Man City as a winger, but...
I wasn't going to comment, but I'm glad that you picked up on it, because I was like, do I address this in mail? I'm like, I don't know what to do.
But you get my point.
Yeah, I think we all get it. We all get it.
So
it's very difficult, isn't it? Because, just what he's done and the way he's transformed tactics and the way everyone else has had to adapt to the weird and wonderful things he does.
And copy him. People actually say...
we look at Arteta. Yeah. A back four of four centre-backs. Whereas 2 years ago, he's having inverted left back and right back, and John Stones is a fucking right winger and all sorts of shit. Like, what the hell?
He had Gvardiol on the wing at the weekend.
Yeah, just like...
What?
Gvardiol also scored 2 goals somehow. Like, what are you doing in the box? Like, fuck off back to your own box, mate. So So what he does is it can't be sniffed at or underrated. But how good? Remains to be seen. I think.
I understand what you're saying, why you're saying it, but I don't think there's any doubt Pep Guardiola is the greatest manager that we have. And the Premier League has probably seen. Pains me to say it, but he does so much. I don't think it's the like hasn't been seen before.
I think it'd be interesting in sort of 10, 15 years when there's other managers and there'll be clashes and probably different teams at the top or whatever. Be interesting to see comparisons of Pep against Sir Alex, against Wenger, over the years of the Premier League. Because when Wenger first came to the Prem, he transformed the entire league. The eating habits, the fitness regimes, like actually properly looking after yourself and taking care of yourself. Pep's done it a little bit differently in terms of his tactics and the way he approaches games. So will that effect be equal? Will it be, usurp Wenger, for example? I think it'd just be interesting in years to come and see kind of what people think and how you kind of reflect on that, really.
And each manager in their own right was great, and maybe we could do like a top 5 greatest Premier League managers and see where we come up, because we've done the top 10 like footballers. Maybe we should do like top 10 managers or something like that.
Yeah, I've just written that in my notes. So wicked, a great idea for next pod in the summer.
Yeah,
so we've got a few weeks left, a few episodes left.
Well, one game. By the midweek game, so after today we've got one more episode to talk about Arsenal or Manchester City winning the Premier League. How did we get to talking about that?
I don't know. I was thinking that's not even in our notes. I don't know how we got onto it, but it was a good subject. I like it.
So let's stick to Chelsea that we wasn't talking about. Pochettino's made some random comments, hasn't he?
I don't know, you said this off air. What's he been saying? I've missed it.
Well, because he sort of has said, I think it was prior to the game at the weekend, because there's been lots of question marks over his future for obvious reasons, although I think he's got Chelsea starting to play again now, but we'll come on to that.
Yeah.
Sort of saying, well, do I want to be here come the end at the end of the season? Because you're asking
Really?
you're asking if I should go, but do I want to be here? You know, I think he's basically saying, put some respect on my name. I've got this Chelsea team that wasn't my team, and I've got them starting to gel and play well, and they're coming out, and I actually think Chelsea are going to be quite a force next season. But yeah, he's a bit like, you know, are they going to sack me? Then sack me. It's up to them. I'm not too fussed. But he's notorious with the press, isn't he? He gets on really well with the press, and he almost gets kind of let off a little bit by the press because he's such a nice guy.
Absolutely,
and everybody really likes him. So I think he's been getting a bit of a tough time. There's a few question marks over his head, and I think that he's just a bit like, well, say you do what you want. You know, I'm still the GOAT.
I mean, he's definitely not the GOAT, but yeah, I see what you mean. I didn't realise he'd come out with that though. But that's a good way to kind of protect your rep a little bit as well. But I think everyone knows what Chelsea are like with their managers anyway, especially at the moment with their team, and the owners are just ridiculous. So yeah, I kind of get that. That makes sense. I just want to stick on the Chelsea stuff for a sec because I read earlier that obviously we're all aware that they spent an absolute fortune on players recently. We all said surely they're breaking PSR rules and regulations. And they must do. They must be. There's just no way you can't add that up. Apparently, they've sold their training ground at Cobham, but they've sold it to themselves.
Well, they wouldn't have sold it to themselves, would they? They'd have done something.
It's intra-group. So the phrase is intra-group. So Todd Bowley owns it with his consortium, and a different registered company has bought the training ground.
Yeah, that's what
But
Barcelona
it's still
did
Todd
last
Bowley.
season.
Yeah, that's not allowed. How is that allowed? Surely that can't be signed off by the Premier League to say that's legitimate. You can't count that.
But you can sell assets, can't you?
Yeah, but not to yourself. You can't do that. It's like me selling my car and thinking, do you know what? I need 15 grand. But I've got 25 grand in the bank. So I'm going to sell my car to myself for 25 grand. I don't get anything out of it. But one book looks really good. And the other one looks like I've just spent 25 grand.
Yeah, but it's like remortgaging your house, isn't
it? No, it's not.
No?
No. Because you're not buying your house off yourself. You're buying it. You're asking a bank for money to remortgage to get more money out of the club, out of your house.
He might have done that. He might have got.
No, they've sold it. I've seen there's some paperwork on it. He hasn't got a fucking mortgage on Cobham training ground.
He might have got a little mortgage on it. Got a little. He said, "Well, I'm thinking about extending up, so I need to remortgage it," and that's what's happened.
I want to convert the garage into 4 or 5 training pitches and a like multiplex gym. Is it? How big's the garage? Oh, it's quite a big garage, yeah. Quite a big garage, yeah. The roof isn't on, unfortunately. It's only half finished, so yeah, might change it. Like it's just bullshit. Like it's absolute bullshit what they're doing, but they're so clever that they find ways around it. So you just know they're going to be let off with it.
Of course,
you can just see it fucking happening now.
That's what these loopholes are for. You're just jealous that Arsenal didn't think of it.
I am, because I'd like us to spend more money on our training ground and stuff like that, and like increasing the Emirates capacity and just make us better and better.
Knowing our luck, Stan will fuck up and he'll be like, "Oh shit, I just sold our ground to Tottenham."
Oh, mate, can you imagine?
They kick us back to Woolwich.
And we're still the biggest club in North London.
Yeah.
Oh dear. So yeah, just Chelsea being Chelsea, really, which is a bit mental.
Exactly, yeah. Should we move on?
Yeah, we can do if you like.
So, Como got promoted, I don't know if you saw that, to...
Yes, Serie A.
Serie A from Serie B. they're obviously owned by Cesc Fabregas and the greatest player that has ever lived, the greatest person.
Chleb. No?
Do you know I share the same birthday as Clem?
Mate, I was amazed when I saw that. It made my year. I know I'm having a baby this year, and that's topped it so far. I'm joking. If Laura, if you're listening, I'm joking.
Wow,
Jesus
shit
Christ. Woo. Jesus. TT.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Why did you look confused then?
Because
So who's TT?
I know. I thought you were talking about an Audi or something.
No.
Yeah. So they got promoted. So well done to them.
It's amazing, isn't it? Such a cool story. Such a cool club.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they were barely even a club. What, in 2016, and now back in the first division in Italian football. So yeah, that's great.
It's incredible. Absolutely
Anything
incredible. Do you want to talk a little bit about relegations, or should we talk about that in the results?
Yeah, we'll talk about that in the when we talk about the results. If that's all right with you, Ben.
Sure. Let's go on to the weekend's results then, shall we?
Well, there's something you've got there.
Is there?
Yeah,
what have I
right
got?
at the bottom of your list.
Oh no, I was going to leave that
Oh right, okay, why?
because it's not really relevant.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought as we
we've
were
sort-
Italian football, you got to tell people.
Oh, I
They can't
suppose,
be left
yeah.
in suspense.
So I read obviously with Mbappe leaving PSG, they've already lined up Kvaratskhelia. I don't know if that's how you say his name. Apologies, it's a very difficult name. Victor Osimhen as a double act to replace him. So I'll go for an out and out number 9,
Right.
and then him to link up together. And apparently they're both keen on the move.
That's interesting.
Very interesting. What's your thoughts?
Can't help but feel disappointed. Only because Osimhen will be a shoo-in at Arsenal. Chelsea have been linked to him as well, and the Prem was calling. I mean, Ligue 1 is obviously it's a good league, and PSG want to be going all out. I just, for me, doesn't ring right with their philosophy, because what they're saying is they want more Parisians in the team, they want youngsters in the team. I don't know if those two are Parisian, and I don't know how young they are.
They're not Parisian. They may have some Parisian heritage, but it's unlikely. But you still need players to win now as well. And they're going to have a lot of money spare from Mbappe leaving, just from wages and stuff alone.
Oh, mate, his wage at Real Madrid is going to be unbelievable, by the way.
I think it's going to be vastly less than what he's on at PSG.
No. Real Madrid haven't got to pay a fee for him.
I know, but it would still be less, because PSG were paying him ridiculous, like 700-800 grand a week. Real Madrid, as rich as they are, can't afford that.
Yeah.
He needs to earn that, mate.
Mate, they could pay 52 million a year for him. They could They could give him £1 million a week.
They could, but they shouldn't, and they guarantee they won't.
3-year contract, £150 million to Kylian. That is a good deal.
30 million a year, max 35. I reckon.
That's all.
And if he tears it up in the first year, like we all expect him to, then he'll probably get a new contract and shit. They'll improve it.
Yeah.
I'm just convinced. That's all. That's just my 2 cents.
Well, thank you.
That's quite okay, Will. That's quite okay.
Should we move on? Should we move on to the Premier League results?
Yeah, I've got 2 words to start this off. Fuck Fulham. They gave it the big one in midweek. But Leno's like, don't worry, we're going to keep a clean sheet. Like, you lost 4-0 and you got a player sent off at the end.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Not very well. That was a really poor result, wasn't it?
It wasn't the best performance.
That Gvardiol goal, though, the first one.
Mate, what a finish.
What a
What
finish.
a finish. He's definitely been hanging around with Haaland after hours, hasn't he? He's like, should we have a couple of shots? Come on, teach me a couple of bits.
Yeah.
That was a proper striker's finish, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was solid. But City,
Oh, sorry. Boring you there, are we? Big old yawn.
City, 16 shots, 9 shots on target. Fulham had 1 shot, which was on target. 1 shot.
Ridiculous. I don't know why. I just had a bit of I think it's more hope. I don't think I really thought they'd win or get a draw. But
it's
just
the hope
hope.
that kills you. It is the hope that kills you. But no, there was no chance. Fulham were on their holidays. Fulham had done what they needed to do. They honestly don't care anymore about the Premier League.
They're done.
They're like, right, get me some sangria.
Yeah, maybe so. What's more annoying about it though is City are closing the gap on the goal difference as well.
Yeah, 3.
Because it starts at 3 behind now. Yeah.
3 behind. It'll all come down to the last 8. City need to drop. City need a draw. So whatever happens, if they thrash Tottenham 6-0 tonight, then they still have to draw because they could smash West Ham 6-0. That has been done this season before.
It has by a great North London club in red.
So City just need to drop the point. So Arsenal can just get Arsenal against Everton, who again should be on their holidays. They should have their bags packed. Arsenal should be able to put in 4 or 5 against them. So I don't think goal difference really is going to be our problem. Our problem is stopping Man City from winning.
Yeah. And who are we relying on?
Tottenham and West Ham. The unreliables.
Yeah. I mean, West Ham, you never know because it's Moyes' last game now. They've announced he's leaving, but it is at the Etihad. That's the downside.
It's written in the stars for various different reasons. It's their last game is at the Etihad. That they don't lose, and they don't lose at the Etihad. They don't lose against West Ham.
Not often.
Tottenham is a bit of a bogey team, so if they're going to drop points, it will be tomorrow night.
And do you know what? Credit to Tottenham. I know we'll talk about their game in a bit, but they look so much better with Van der Ven in their team.
Oh, Van der Ven's unbelievable. Yeah.
And it does make me wonder where they'd be if he was fit the whole season, didn't have that little injury.
Yeah. Very, very, very true.
So yeah, come on, Tottenham.
Yeah.
We want you to do it. So we believe in you. And then because it's going up Wednesday, yes, Tottenham, legends!
Yeah.
Fucking dickheads. Why don't you just let us win it? Come on.
Yeah.
Lots of emotions.
We'll come on to it. Should we move on to the next game?
Yes. What was next?
Bournemouth, Brentford, which I think was started to be played in the 85th minute.
Yeah, I think so. There wasn't really much happening, was there?
There wasn't a lot. There was a bit of controversy, wasn't there?
Is this for that handball?
Yeah, so the Solanke goal was ruled out on the 27th minute. And then Brentford were denied the penalty against Ivan Toney, where the defender came in and he looked like he touched the ball to me. I don't know. Well, what did you think of both?
So the first one, I think that was rightly ruled off because there was definitely movement towards the ball with his hand. He properly controlled it to get it round. Mm-hmm. Ivan Toney's one, I think every time I watched it, I kept changing my mind because all Toney's done is put his leg out to defend the ball. So I get it from like if you got kind of your striker's hat on, I get that completely because that's what you need to do. You need to protect the ball so you can get a shot off. On the flip side of it, you can look at it and go, well, he's looking for the foul. And I did think he went down quite easy, considering he's quite a strong lad.
Yeah, but as soon as
you're in the box and you've got the ball, I think it should have been a pen, personally.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. What about you? What's your thoughts?
No, I agree. I think
It's not often.
I think it's one of those where uh, was it clear? Do you bring the clear and obvious thing into it? Was it clear and obvious? No, probably not. But slowed down, yeah, probably. And they need to check those things. So I think the right decision was given for both of those.
Fair enough. Okay. I can roll with
However,
it.
so the next game is the Everton Sheffield United game. What I didn't understand was how there wasn't a red card in that game for that. Did you see that push on? Who was it? It was on Calvert-Lewin.
No, I don't think I've seen this one.
Oh, really?
Mm.
So I think it was Jack Robinson.
Right.
Something was said by Calvert-Lewin to him. Two hands, whoosh. Calvert-Lewin obviously went down like a sack of potatoes, as anyone would.
Yeah.
And yeah, got just given a yellow card.
The yellow, is that it?
I just couldn't believe it. I thought that is the most obvious red card ever. Like Sean Dyche was literally, and it happened in front of them as well. Sean Dyche is like, are
you joking? Yeah.
Yeah. But I
No,
wonder.
wow.
I do have a bit of a theory. I wonder if the referee has been watching Sheffield United all season, and it's like, oh, do you know what? They've had a hard time. Let's just give him a yellow and pretend like it didn't happen.
Yeah, we'll just give him a chance. Fucking hell, he might get another point or something. You don't know. But they've conceded another goal, so they are officially the worst team at defending in the Premier League era. They've shipped the most goals ever in a season.
Ever, yeah. And
It's just insane. Absolutely insane.
And did you see that the bottom three have got by far the worst points of any relegated three? 66
Yeah.
points. The next team was about 100 and something.
Yeah, bad, isn't it? I mean, it has been quite tight
That's what she
at
said.
times. Because obviously Forest, I appreciate obviously they've had the point deductions or whatever, but they're only just ahead. But then after that, there's 8-9 point gap, but with them and Everton, I think, or something. So there's kind of like there's blocks in the Prem this season, which isn't normally like that. You normally have a few that can link up, but there's big gaps throughout the season. So you've got 3 or 4 that have been really bad, 2 or 3 that have been all right, another 3 or 4 that have been they've been pretty good. Then you've got another 3 that are like, wow, you've been good for most of the season. Then the others are like, you're amazing. And then you've just got Arsenal and City that have just pulled away even more, that have just been just incredible for most of the season now. It's a bit of a weird one. Looks like the bottom 3 are going to be the teams that came up.
It will be, yeah, without a doubt. There's no way Luton's going to survive 12 goals, are they? Even if they win their last game, Forest lose, there's no way they're going to make up a 12 goal difference.
Stranger things have happened.
I don't think so.
This is probably why I get my predictions wrong all the time, and I'm so far behind.
I will bet you £20 that Luton are down.
I will bet you £30 that Luton go down.
Touche. Yeah, so that was a bit weird. So Everton won that 1-0 anyway.
Yeah, another loss for Sheffield United.
Another one.
So bad. So bad.
Newcastle Brighton.
Yeah, 1-1.
1-1. Yeah, that was a surprise, wasn't it? Newcastle were not up for it.
No, they're on holiday, aren't they?
They are in the
They're
in
done.
the Euros, mate. They're in Germany. It's a real shame. What did you think of the? Was it Almiron? As I say, a little dive, the blatant dive.
What one was that?
It was in the area, and the ball was at his feet. Defender, I can't remember who the defender was, but he
Oh,
came
it's
in,
the
and he just
slightest touch on it.
there was no touch. He just jumped in the air and fell on the floor, and looked around, and then rightly so got a booking.
Preempting the challenge, I think they call that.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's someone who's going to go on like some sort of adventure holiday at the end of the season, like skiing or something. He doesn't want to be injured for that. He wants to have fun.
I don't know. Are Paraguay in the Euros?
I don't know. Don't think so.
No, they're next to Portugal, aren't
According to you, probably. According to you.
Good one. Thanks, Ben.
That's right, no problem. Yeah, 1-1. I didn't expect that.
No, 1-1, good result for
Brighton
Brighton
actually
there.
looked okay.
Yeah,
They had a
managed
good
to
couple of
find
chances.
a bit of form in the last couple of games. So, yeah, fair play to them.
But Bruggen made a well good save just in front of him, though. Like point blank range. Sort of like palmed it down and then round, which was quite impressive, considering he's not been starting all the time because they're doing that stupid rotation thing.
Yeah, they do rotate.
Yeah, he actually looks all right.
Yeah, they're sitting in 10th place, sitting pretty. Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah, I think they'll take that now. End of the season, nearly done. Thanks.
Oh, they're gone. Whoever's got them,
they're gone.
they're gone. They are. Danny Welbeck is already in the clubs in Marbella. I can just picture him now.
Can you? Nice.
Yeah.
What's West Ham Luton?
Tottenham Burnley. So that was
Tottenham Burnley.
yeah, because T famously comes before W, so we'll go there.
Does it? Interesting.
TVW. Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Nicely checked. Well done.
Good game this. Tottenham.
Yeah.
Tottenham give us something to worry about because they were not very good.
And then they decided to play football.
Guess what?
What, mate?
Burnley cannot play out from the back.
Can they not? I think they
No.
can. They just can't do it very well. I think they can, though.
They are so bad
Yeah.
at doing that. Why not just go long?
Joe, it's the passing that's bad. The positioning is actually good. There's been a few occasions where if you was it Match of the Day or Sky, I can't remember. They were sort of breaking it down throughout the season of different plays, and they've got better throughout the season of players coming in and knowing what position to actually be in and sort of dropping the shoulder to open up the space more so they can kind of see where the players are. That's getting better. But when they get it and they do that one touch pass to their teammate, it's a shit pass. So everyone else would go, I'll have that then, and just run onto it. And it happened 3 or 4 times against Tottenham at the weekend. And they just opened themselves up for so many shots. So many.
What it is a confidence thing because they keep fucking it up. So it's in their head that they're going to fuck this up. So they fuck it up. That's what it is. I think it's all a psychology thing, a psychological thing. And I think when they go back down to the Championship and when they start to play really well and they get that, because they're against opponents that might not be Premier League level, then that's where they're gonna thrive on that, and they should get better. But when they come up again next season, they're just gonna have the same problem. So maybe there'll be a bit more experience, another year under their belt. Maybe they'll come back up and do a little bit better. But I get Company's position on it, I get it. But there's got to be a point where you have to go, right, do you know what, this isn't working. So I want us to try it, but only when we feel comfortable trying it. And if you don't, then let's go long.
Yeah, you need to have that plan B. You can't just go plan A and nothing else. You need different options. So, I mean, at times, I think they've looked okay. But I never thought that they'd be safe. Apart from at the beginning of the season. Because they did so well in the Championship. But they've just not stepped up to that Premier League level again, have they?
No, you are right that you could see them doing well at the start of the season. Just hasn't worked out. Just has not worked out, and it is a shame. I think Company will stay. I think he'll do all right next season. I think it looks like he's got a bright future in football management. So I think he'll do all right.
I think he speaks really well with the press as well. I think he has a really good sort of rapport with them. He handles the pressure well. He doesn't ever really get snappy. He's always quite cool and calm, despite everyone, including us at times, slagging Burnley off a bit. I think he's always been pretty good.
He has had a couple of digs. He got sent off a little while ago as well for going absolutely mental. So yeah, he has had a couple of times.
Yeah,
but it is a stressful job.
Is it? I wouldn't know. Yeah, I wouldn't know. Not being there myself. But Tottenham do look a lot better with Van der Ven. What a finish as well.
What a finish, yeah. Top quality finish.
So hopefully they do that on Tuesday.
He's definitely he's definitely doing well. So the West Ham Luton game is next.
I was so disappointed with this result.
West Ham left it a bit late, but they did come back. Shout out to Sambi Lokonga for the header. It's first goal in 50 games. And Earthy, who came on, I'd not heard of him. I'm not really familiar with the youth team at West Ham, but he come on for Antonio. There was a bit of a round of applause for Antonio. Do you reckon that was just a goodbye for the season, or do you think he's leaving?
I think he's leaving.
Yeah,
I think he's leaving.
But Earthy came on first. I think it was like his first touch, and he scored. Fair play!
Oh, wow.
What a debut!
Well done. You must be buzzing when you're doing that as well. Yeah. Can you only imagine that feeling?
What do you think for West Ham though? Like going forward. So Luton, obviously all but relegated. I think they'll do all right. I think they'll be regrouped and they'll do all right next season. I think they'll be in the top half. Hopefully they'll be in the playoff places. I don't think they'll win anything. But what about West Ham?
I think they're going to drop off. I don't understand, and any West Ham fans, please get in touch and explain this, because and this is not a dig at all the fans, but I appreciate you might want more attacking football and whatever it may be, but Moyes has been an absolute blessing for the club. He won you a European Cup. Yes, I know it's the newest cup and it's a lower version of it, but it got you into the Europa League because of that. Like, you don't always win trophies. Like, your club is not exactly renowned for having trophy-laden history. Like, you're a good team. You've been up and down, but you're a good team. You're a biggish club. But what do you actually want as a fan? I don't get it. Because Moyes has got them to a really good level. They play some good football at times. Maybe they want someone that's younger, hungrier, or whatever, but that doesn't always bring success. Like, very rarely brings success, especially in the Prem. And I don't know what the aspirations are. I think they're going to come bottom half of the table and lower end of the bottom half next season.
Oh, wow. Well, I don't think they're going for young guard, because they're going for Lopetegui if the rumours are correct. I think they just want a more attractive style of play. They want to be able to watch their team and go, yeah, we play nice football. We can play out from the back, despite Burnley not being able to do it. We can do it, and I think that's what the board want. That's what the fans want, and that's certainly what they're going for. So yeah, I think it makes sense for him to go now. I think it is time for him to go. I think he's been great for them in both spells that he's had for the club. He's been really, really good.
Yeah.
And I think he will forever be a West Ham legend. And you heard it here first. 2 years' time, he'll be back at West Ham.
Save him from relegation.
As a caretaker manager, when Lopetegui gets a better offer from Manchester City after Pep leaves.
No.
Mate, if that happens, you're paying me that £20 from earlier.
All right, deal. Yeah, I'm going to put a bet on now, though, just in case that ever happens. I'm winning a lot more than 20 quid. Right. But yeah, it was a good game. I mean, West Ham did well, 3-1 winning, all but down for Luton now, as you said, apart from a mental goal difference swing.
12 goals, between them and Forest are just, it's just not going to happen.
Rob Edwards was really, really upset when he had full time. So emotional.
He's had a topsy-turvy season, hasn't he? Some real highs, but definitely
Yeah.
some more lows. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a shame, but they've been entertaining. And then we
Yeah.
got Wolves Palace.
Wolves Palace, yes, that was a really good game. Eze, Elise, and
Aye.
Mateta all on the score sheet again. That front three,
Insane at the moment, aren't they?
very very good. Yeah,
I
very
appreciate
good.
they've been, a little bit injured throughout the season. But next season, I think they could be candidates for that top 10, pushing that final European place potentially, keeping up this sort of form, because they've been really impressive.
They have gone under the radar a little bit. Obviously, that front three hasn't, but with Wharton, with Hughes, their back four has all been quite solid. Just a little bit low key solid. They do ship a few goals. Don't get me wrong, but that is an exciting front three. If they can keep hold of them, then I can see that is the big if. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, if they can, I can see them pushing for European spot.
Yeah, I could see him finishing 7th or 8th.
Yeah.
It's 8 now, isn't it? Against the conference.
Europa Conference. Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
4, no, 5, 6. That'd be 7th.
Oh, 7th. Ooh, it could be a little bit too much. But I think they could challenge that 8th or 9th spot. And I think 7 might be a bit too high.
Nah, I think they'll be challenging. If they keep them and they improve, I think they'll be good enough.
I think it's a big if with that front three, and they need to keep Anderson in defence. Captain now leading
Yeah.
it. If he goes as well, that's a big loss, because he's been brilliant since Glasner came in. All of a sudden, he's like, "Oh, I'm going to play football now."
Yeah, if any of them go, if they don't replace them, with equal or better quality, then it won't. Then what I'm saying isn't going to happen. If they keep hold of that front four, that front three, and they manage to keep hold of Wharton and as you say, Anderson, solid. That's the spine of that team. That's a really good foundation to build that around.
Yeah, I agree. Wolves, I think, were a little bit pants really.
They were quite unlucky, weren't they? Chan had a couple of opportunities. They've had a few injuries. They're again though. They're another one of those teams that are just on holiday. Palace are in form and they're like, right, we want to win every game. But I think
it's demonstrated what they can do, isn't it?
Wolves are a bit like, right, we've had a fucking injury hit season. We have exceeded all expectations. Let's just pat ourselves down. We'll recoup. We'll strengthen, and we'll go again in the next season.
Yeah, and I think now O'Neill can kind of get some players in potentially in the summer, mould his team a little bit more, and actually get someone that he wants, and just add to what they've got.
His story is absolutely unbelievable. Like Scott Parker was tipped to be the next best thing. Got the boot, he took over caretaker, got the job, and now he's gone into Wolves, and he's kept them up. Like it just didn't see it coming. He must just be sitting there like he's that story, isn't he? I got that break. Got that break.
Yeah, very much.
The stylish, cool, 4-striped Scotty Parker got the boot, and it's really just sort of just lifted him into places that he may never have thought that he would have been able to have got.
Yeah, and he just does it, and he just comes across as such a normal guy.
Oh yeah. He's from Kent as well, isn't he?
Is he?
Yeah.
Gillingham way, isn't he?
Yeah, born around. Yeah, just around here. So it's natural for him to just be a lovely person.
Yeah, apart from ones that are born in Margate live in Beltinge now.
Yeah, thanks. Why don't you give out all of my address?
I don't know it off by heart. I can point people there though.
Okay, breaking news.
Right, I'll bleep that out. Yeah, go on.
Breaking news for you. It's 2-1 Liverpool currently away at Villa half time.
Ooh, big one. I reckon Villa will come back second half.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon come back. And another team that came back was Chelsea against Forest.
So I've got a bit to say on this. So you give your
Okay, go on.
thoughts.
I don't really have too much thoughts, really. I thought they were lucky at times. Sterling's goal was good, though. And
Yeah.
Nicholas Jackson decided, I'm going to score and look good for a change. Really weird. Really, I didn't expect it. But yeah, Chelsea are banging form. I think they're looking really good at the moment.
Yeah.
Go on, what's your thoughts? If you've got quite a lot to say on it.
So I've got two thoughts on Cole Palmer. What a ball to Mudryk, and what a goal from Mudryk as well. He started that away nicely. That was the best I've seen Mudryk play all season. I think left it late,
Yeah.
but he's doing something now. I also think Cole Palmer has the worst goal celebration in the history of goal celebrations.
What's his one again? Is it
Just
just,
where he
it's
does
that cold thing, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, Cole Palmer.
Yeah.
I think he needs to ditch that because he's just making himself look a fool. And what I really don't want is kids in the playground to start copying it.
Ask Jack.
I will.
See what Jack reckons. I think we need an expert opinion here. We're way too old for this. We need expert opinions.
But yeah, I agree. Sterling and Jackson were looking good. I think I said it earlier and I said it before. I can really see Chelsea starting to come good. I think they're going to do really well next season. I think they've laid the foundations now. Second point is
we'll do a clear up at the end of the season on an episode and do predictions for next season of who's going to do well, or maybe we'll do it before the season starts.
yeah,
I think I agree with you on that one.
And Forest, I really like. Now Forest have got a solid 11 after buying 262 players and thinking, cool, we've got too many players. I think they've really got that top 11 now, and they've got some really good players. I think Murillo is really good. Gibbs White, if they can keep hold of him, he'll be solid next season. I think they need a new striker. But I think that team, Willy Bolly, he scored, didn't he? He's doing quite well now in defence. Now he's back from injury. I think they're doing all right, and I think they're going to do well next season.
Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it, really? But yeah, fair play to them.
And then the last game of the weekend, because we are going to go over a little bit, Man United, Arsenal.
Yes. So, admittedly, we caught glimpses of this, didn't we? We watched chunks of it.
Yeah.
So we was actually watching some live football as well. I think it was reasonably routine for us. So I don't think we really come out of second or third gear for most of the game. United were poor, as a lot of people expected, but there was that slight hesitation of, it is Arsenal United. You just don't know what sort of teams are gonna rock up. But the shocking thing for me is the state of the stadium. It's dreadful, isn't it? You got like waterfalls coming down from the bloody roof.
That was quite some rain, though, wasn't it?
Admittedly, there was a lot. But did you see it going all over the exec boxes and everything like that, over the glass fronts?
Yeah,
It's like rivers going down the stadium.
Yeah.
Now, I appreciate, some stadiums do get flooded. You do get an influx of rain and it's hard to manage. But when you've got a stadium as grand as Old Trafford, it's just been neglected so much.
Yeah, they need to spend a lot of money on Old Trafford to get it up to where it needs to be.
Yeah, really, really do.
But, Old Trafford falling down, some of Man United, same old Man United. Casemiro, he
oh my God.
Just terrible. Just played everybody onside. Obviously,
We were
Havertz.
onside at one point.
Yeah.
And we were at bloody Millwall.
Havertz could see, he knew it, got in there. Then Wan-Bissaka was just terrible. Casemiro was just terrible. But Man United have got their injury problems. Casemiro is probably a year over where he should, he should have probably quit. And Man United are just not where Man United need to be, and I think there'll be some serious changes in the summer. And I think I've got a funny feeling Ten Hag he'll either leave at the end of the season, or they'll give him that little bit of time and he'll be gone by Christmas.
Interesting. Yeah, I agree with you on the changes for sure. They've got to do something. Like Anthony was all fired up. I don't know why.
Well, Anthony's got this characterisation of himself, hasn't he? He's a bit, similar to Richarlison.
Yeah.
Um,
Richarlison.
I think that they've got this sort of thing that they need to bring out of themselves to try and get a reaction, try and get the front page sort of thing, but just no good at the moment. Just not doing what he needs to be doing, and that can be said for all of Man United. Really, it's all the youngsters are just showing just the quality that they've got there, which is so unusual, isn't it? But Man United, they need an overhaul. They need a big clear out, and they need to start again.
Anthony is the Sheffield United of wingers in the Premier League.
You could see potential in him. It's like Mudryk. It's like it was like Pepe when he was here. You could see some potential in those players. It's just up to the manager to draw that. The manager's got to draw it out of them, and if not, then they need to call it quits. But it's difficult because Anthony will make silly decisions. He'll just shoot. He'll cut in and shoot. And
I just don't know why he doesn't it. Yeah, bit of a plum, really, isn't he? Bit of a plum. But no, that 1-0, it's a big win. It's our second win at Old Trafford in 15 years, I think, or something.
Yeah, we don't win there.
Which is insane. Keeps us slightly ahead in the title race. It's all in our hands still. Nothing changes. We still need to win all of our games, which we've been doing so far. It's the last game of the weekend against Everton. As we've mentioned about 18 times, we need Spurs to win tomorrow or yesterday, as this comes out on Wednesday. So we don't know what the result is obviously yet, but hopefully it's a win for Tottenham, and then it's all in Arsenal's hands. We just need to win.
Just have to beat Everton.
No matter what. I'm really nervous.
Mate, this podcast next week is going to be one.
It could be
one for the Gunners or one for everybody else.
Yeah. It won't be one for the Gunners, or there won't be a podcast next week.
Yeah.
Oh dear. But no, I think we'll call it a day here. Well, it's been a pleasure seeing you basically twice in 2 days. I'm loving it. I feel like we're back to normal now.
We're back, baby.
Have a good one. See you soon.
See ya.
Thanks, guys.